You're listening to episode 13 of the Healthy Dudes podcast.
Welcome to our podcast. That's Anthony. I'm Tyler.
And we're just a couple of dudes talking about healthy men stuff and accountability, and this is our intro.
Yeah. Join us on our journey, the lessons that we learned along the way, and maybe this will inspire you, get you moving in the right direction.
Welcome back to the show, episode 13. We have kind of moved to a bi-weekly schedule.
Yeah.
Kind of because we wanted to, and kind of because it's been harder to shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've been away.
Yeah.
And
it's on me.
No, it's not. I've kind of lost a little motivation, but I am still excited to do this.
Totally.
Because I'm looking back now, and I even in the videos, we are shooting videos. Some of them are not videos.
Yeah.
Some due to technical issues, and some because
simplifying.
Yeah, we just don't have the time to edit. But
yep.
I can see myself, and I can see that I have gotten a little bit healthier physically.
Yeah. Totally. Have.
And yeah, so I'm really excited about that. Yeah. And so it is motivation to keep doing this just for myself.
Totally.
But I have had some feedback. Some people do really love this show. So we're doing it we said we'd do it for one person.
That's right.
And that one person's out there. I'm
love
sure.
It. Love it.
Yeah. So this week, what are we talking about?
Well, let's start with goals from the last week. My goal was to be on my phone for less. We were talking about it whenever that was, 2-3 weeks ago, and I was on my phone for over 2 hours every single day. But I was never over it more than 3. So I texted you my numbers for the last week, and they came through pretty strong. I was under 2 hours.
Yeah.
Here it is, 1 hour and 51 minutes. Which is 18 minutes less than last week's daily average. Yeah. So I'm sub 2 hours now, which is kind of my goal. So I'm pretty happy about that. So
great.
It did help I was on vacation, though, so I ought to have not been on my phone very much. But I was still working. It was a working vacation.
Yeah.
I just brought my kids along with me, so
nice.
I'm pretty happy with that. So
that's really
great. How about
great.
you? How'd you do with your goals?
I did pretty well, actually. I'm down 16.6
Let's
pounds.
go.
Last week was 15.4.
Amazing.
So I'm still on track. I'm losing weight. It's slower than I thought, but I'm still okay with it.
Yeah.
I have to just be okay with it being slow.
How long has it been now?
Just over 7 weeks.
Okay.
So that's
pretty good.
I'm pushing 7 weeks now.
So almost 2 pounds a week.
Almost, yeah.
Yeah.
But I know that I'm cheating myself on some days. Like last night I had a little extra Chinese, and did I put it in my Fitness Pal? Yeah, maybe a little bit, but
yeah.
I'm cheating the only person I'm cheating is myself.
Yeah.
So
gotcha.
I really got to push through that.
Yeah, that's good.
But did you get a hat?
I did actually. I took a picture of myself in the Lululemon hat. I gotta send that to you. But Bree's not a fan of it, so
no?
I have to go shopping and try to find something else.
Different hat.
Yeah,
a different hat, or just
a different hat.
Why didn't she like it? I thought it was lame right when you said it.
Yeah,
there's no way a Lululemon.
Yeah, you
hat
saw that one
looks
coming.
Good.
Yeah. I don't know. I actually felt really good on my head, but yeah, I think maybe it's my glasses. I'm just maybe not a hat guy.
Can you show it to me?
Yeah, here, I'll text it.
I've seen you in a lot of hats, though.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll see if I can dig this. Yeah, here, it's coming to your phone right now.
It probably won't show through the podcast, but I'll let you know through my reaction.
But yeah, I did get that done, and I said if I kept track of my calories after 60 days, I could get a gym pass.
Yep.
And I jumped the gun a little bit. I did take this last week off when I was on vacation, but I did purchase.
This doesn't look that bad.
Yeah.
I thought it looked pretty good.
Yeah.
I was expecting your face looks so funny in it. But
yeah.
No, I thought you looked good in it.
I was trying to do like a gym face for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I don't think it looks so bad.
Yeah, it's not too bad, right? And we have a friend who works at Lululemon, and she had discount codes, but I was in the States, and we were talking about this before the show, but I was in airplane mode the whole time because I can't afford to take it off airplane mode.
Yeah.
Because my cell phone bill is absolutely crazy.
Canadians.
But anyways, she texted me a discount code while I was in the States, but I missed out. So now I'm going to wait, and maybe I'll pull the trigger if I get a discount code. Because Bree never goes to the gym with me.
Right.
That's not true. She does a couple times. So.
Right.
Where I was going with it, though, is I did purchase it's an online kind of fitness plan.
Okay.
My wife goes with the lady.
Yeah.
And I always confuse their names. It's Sharni and Julius.
Okay.
Shout out to Sharni and Julius. They're probably not listening right now. One of them is the female. I think it's Sharni. And Julius is the husband.
Okay.
And so it's like his plan. So it's pretty good. I was watching some of the videos this morning. He seems pretty funny. He has the Australian accent, so he seems very smart.
So it makes everything better.
Yeah, totally.
Does is it a workout plan or is it an eating plan?
Yeah, a little bit of both. So
Okay,
yeah, I was talking today about like eating around your workout. He says the bulk of your eating should happen like in the 4 hours before your workout and the 4 hours
is that
after.
right?
And then everything else you just eat just enough to not go crazy, you know. So I thought that was
Oh.
pretty good. And then he says the most important thing to eat is water. He just held that up. And he's like, just make sure you're drinking lots and lots and lots of water. So he's like, you probably can't drink too much, you know. So yeah,
Right.
I don't know, something different.
Wow.
Yeah, it's mostly I did it because I was asking Bree like how I could support her because she's done the program a couple times, and I'm like, hey, what can I do to kind of encourage you, make you meals or take care of the boys or whatever it would take. She says, actually, if you did the partners plan with me, that would be kind of cool. So I just did it with her. So yeah, see how it goes.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Huh. So you're not going to get a gym membership?
No, that's my
That's the gym membership?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was $100, so not too bad.
That's great.
Yeah.
I got an elliptical. Actually, I'm
Yes.
just telling everybody because
Yeah.
you helped me carry it down the stairs.
Yeah.
300 pounds.
I took the heavy end too.
He did.
Yeah.
He didn't even offer for me to take it.
No way.
He just took it. It was great.
Got my gym workout for the day.
Yeah. But it's great. I have an elliptical now in my basement, and I got it for $60.
That's crazy.
And
man.
it's like a $3,500 piece
That's so
of
good.
machine.
So cool.
I'm super grateful,
Yeah.
I'm super excited, but I also know that there's like a chance that it could be one of those pieces of equipment that sit in the basement for years and years and years.
It's right next to your washer and dryer, so it'll be tempting to.
Well, I don't wash
load it
my
up.
clothes.
Oh yeah,
My wife does all that.
yeah, that's right.
But yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to hearing your goals for the next week. But
Yeah. Oh
wanna
yeah.
know
My
how
other
many
ones.
times.
My other one was rest and solitude. So
yeah.
we actually we did 2 days of like a Sabbath, and
Nice.
it's just like we just took intentional time. We put our phones down and we spent time together as a family. We ordered food in.
wow,
We watched some movies, played with our kids downstairs, and it was like it felt like a really good reset. Like it was an
Nice.
intentional time of reset. I find that
yeah,
we did have some days off together, but we were never doing rest. You know, we were doing stuff all
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah.
And like yesterday, we did our day of rest, and it
Good for you.
was a beautiful thing.
That's
I
awesome.
loved doing it, and I'm really looking forward to the next one. And I
Yeah.
just want to get better and better at it. So
nice,
yeah.
love it.
How was your accountability?
It
lately?
was good. Yeah,
Yeah.
it helped bring my family
Yeah,
with me
yeah.
on that work trip that I was just on. So it was basically 6 days, right? So I think it may have been a bit of a struggle.
Yeah.
But yeah, having the wife there and the kids there kept me occupied during the day, and then I just went to work. So it went well. Coming back, I told you yesterday we did the Sabbath thing too, so we were resting quite a bit, and the wife was napping, one of the boys was napping, the other one was on his tablet, and I was tempted to start looking around a little bit, but managed to muscle my way through that. So.
That's good. And you texted me right away, which was good.
I did, yeah, it was good.
Yeah, for me it wasn't so good. It's been 2 weeks since we kind of saw each other. I had a really good week, and then this past week was kind of hard. I had some apps on my phone that I definitely was kind of like looking around, messing around on, and I definitely should have texted you. So, we're gonna. But I texted you after, and kind of got some things cleared up, and yeah.
And last episode we talked about anxiety. We got that right, I'm pretty sure. Do you have any further insights since that came up?
My wife listened to it, and she's like, I don't know how to say this nicely. She's like She's like a pro anxiety person.
Oh yeah.
And she said we did really good. She said we were a little bit harsh on the mitochondriacs.
Oh, okay.
But saying that maybe it's a little bit too much in their heads. But I don't think we meant it that way.
Okay.
Right? Would you agree? I don't think we were like just saying that there are situations where people can make it worse in their heads.
Yeah.
Because they're in their heads. Anyways.
Yeah, I think our intent was okay, but it's always the impact, right? So
Yeah. No, she liked it, so that's good. Yeah.
I'm trying to listen to Building a Non-Anxious Life by John Deloney. It was released just like a week ago, but we don't have a credit with Audible. We have to wait for it to pop up again. So then we'll dive into it. So that's the extent of my anxiety.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm reading another book.
Yeah, what you got?
Oh, okay.
You just one up with me now.
Yeah, you know what? I'm just not going to get into it. All right, let's move on.
Okay.
So this week we're talking about thankfulness.
I like that.
And gratitude.
Yeah.
I don't remember where we talked about it, but I feel like we kind of talked about it at some point.
I feel like it was attitudes. Because
Did
it was
we
like
talk
good
about
attitudes
attitude?
and bad attitudes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or negative mindsets.
Mindset. That was it. Mindsets. Yeah.
So we touched on it. Yeah.
That's right.
But it was just Thanksgiving here in Canada. A couple weeks ago.
Oh yeah, that's right. So
I think that's what kind of got us thinking about this topic. Yeah.
So my to my American listeners, we do have different Thanksgivings, and we just celebrated our Thanksgiving.
That's right.
So the definition, which was actually like really surprised me, is just said pleased and relieved. Literally, that's all it said was on Google. Pleased and relieved. But a better definition is gratitude. I looked that up because I was like, oh, there's got to be a better attitude out there. And I think that's the one we're looking for.
Yeah.
It says the quality of being thankful, readiness to show appreciation for and to return kindness.
Nice. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
There's did you know that during American Thanksgiving, they pardon a turkey?
No.
Do you have ever heard of this? Like they let a turkey go.
Oh my goodness.
Like they're gonna kill all these turkeys, and then and someone correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But I thought this was absolutely hilarious. But they take a turkey.
Yeah.
And they allow it to in the White House. Okay. And then they just like allow it to not die, and it just like lives on forever.
What?
Yeah.
Like in the White House? What are you talking about?
Like in front of the White House.
Yeah. There's a turkey walking around right now.
Well, I don't think in the White House, but they take it to the White House, and they that's how they kick off Thanksgiving, because all these turkeys are going to die.
So the president is like, hey,
he pardons the turkey.
Oh my goodness.
I think.
Wow.
Someone's got. Maybe we should fact check this, but I read it and I was like, this is hilarious.
Wow.
I can't believe this is an actual.
Why don't we do
thing.
that in Canada?
I don't know. Maybe we eat more ham than turkey.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't know that was a real thing. Anyways, why are healthy dudes thankful?
Well, kind of touching on our topic on mindset, I think it's a perspective shift. You know, you've always heard that attitude of gratitude, you know? And we were both listening to the same sermon yesterday. It was talking about moods, and you ever notice sometimes you're just in a bad mood, but if you like have an opportunity to zoom out and think about all that you're thankful for. I was watching an Instagram reel yesterday. This is my show research. And this lady was talking about, you know, how lucky she is to be rich enough to be able to instantly turn on heat, instantly turn on cold air. She had an air conditioner. To be able to go to the grocery store and buy food, you know. Those three things right there, that's like 90% of your physical needs, you know, taken care of. And for most of us, right, you know, hopefully you have those basic things, right? And that's something that, like, you know, 200 years ago, or even probably not even that long ago, and in other places in the world, they don't have those things, you know, available to them.
Right.
So I think that, it kind of shifts your mentality. Otherwise, you could kind of focus on what you don't have and kind of get into that negative mindset. But I think being thankful as a healthy dude just shifts that mindset so that you're more positive, and healthier.
Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah, so I kind of agree with you. But I feel like as men, we're always striving for something. We're always trying to be better and greater and learn something new. And I think there's, like, the part of this podcast is all those things. But to be honest, like, if you're not thankful for what you got, like, you'll just never enjoy life.
Right.
And I think that, like, a healthy dude is a thankful dude.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
Like, when I'm thankful, I have to really be intentional, because I really struggle with, like, being thankful for what I have.
Okay.
You know, sometimes I'm like, oh, I drive like this 2004 piece of garbage, but it's actually not. I brag about it all the time.
Nice.
But it's, but I get like a little ungrateful for what I have, my house, my cars. But then I look back, I'm like, oh, we actually, you know what? I got this car from my grandma, and she gave it to us for $2,500.
Wow.
When it's like, it's a lot more than that. It has all-wheel drive, winter tires. It's really great in the winter. And my wife has a car that's, you know, we got it for a great deal, and it's a great SUV. And when I get more thankful, I feel like my whole life just like calms down. Like, I'm just more quiet. And, hey, like, I have I have been so blessed, and I am so lucky to have the things that I have.
Right.
Because a lot of people in the world would want what I have.
Right.
And then I would always want what my neighbor has.
Totally.
And then they would always, like, it just couldn't,
Yeah.
it will never end.
Yeah.
Right. And I always get to the point where I'm like, oh, if I just had, like, right now I'm like in a real, like, I'm in like a Tesla mode.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
If I just had that, then
Yeah.
I would be happy. And I feel like I've always been like in that, if I had this, then I would be happy. So yeah, that's kind of,
yeah, comparison is the thief of joy, right? You
yeah.
heard that expression?
That's a great.
Isn't it funny too? Like some of the things that you have right now are things that you wish you had like 5 years ago. You know,
Yeah.
like there was time,
yeah.
same thing where like, man, we only had one vehicle, so like Bree was dropping me off at work, and I would pick her up at work, and
Right.
we both work up at the airport, so that was a big hassle. Now we have 2 vehicles. You know, there was a time when I didn't have a motorbike. Now I have a motorbike. You know, and we were looking for the house. We finally got into the house, and so it is funny, but then like as soon as you achieve that thing, like you say, it's that men like striving for significance thing where like now it's on to the next thing, you know? Like yeah, it was funny. We just got like debt free again, almost in 4 days if the money shows up.
Amazing.
We'll be debt free, but already I'm like on to the next thing, you know? Like okay, I'm gonna top up my kids' RESP, and I'm gonna start paying a mortgage down faster, you know? But I haven't even taken a chance to celebrate like what was quite a bit of work for the past 8 months, you know? So it is easy just to like move on to that next thing, and then you're never thankful for what you currently have.
Yeah.
You know? So, or like we're talking about health all the time, like, you know, you got the elliptical going and I got this new program going, but we're both relatively healthy dudes in that, like, you know, we don't have cancer, and like we can walk, and like, you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, if that's the standard, then yeah, I guess we should be happy.
Yeah. But it is I don't know, for me, I always find it a tricky thing of like being content with what I have and thankful for what I have without like, I don't know. I think the way my personality is, I think probably a lot of guys is like you're always trying to do that striving thing. But like for me, it's like finding that fine line of like being happy with what you have, but still like pushing that needle to make yourself better, you know? So, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That, you know, it goes back to what I was, what like this whole show was about, was us getting healthier.
Yeah.
Like we've had setbacks all the time.
Yeah.
We will always have setbacks. But like, you got to kind of, got to be thankful for how far you've come. Like I've lost like 16.6 pounds, which is great.
Amazing.
But like, but I've had setbacks where I like gained a pound after
I remember those. Yeah.
Like a week of eating well and, or lying to myself. But it's just like devastating, and it's like, but like I am getting better, and I got to like just keep growing and keep going. But at the same time, just look back and just be thankful for what I got.
Yeah, I guess that's a good way of putting it, where it's like, you still can be moving forward and striving, but be thankful for how far you've come. That's good, man. That's really good.
Exactly. Here are some signs if you're thankful or not.
Okay.
Or if you're unthankful. So you're never satisfied. You're not happy for others.
Ooh.
Not satisfied with what they have. Not being appreciative of what others do. You're negative and you blame others. I feel like sometimes I can check off every single one of those things.
Yeah, I think we all can.
You struggle with any of those ones?
Yeah, I would say the blame others comes in every once in a while.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think about that around the house every once in a while, where it's easy in my head to be like blaming Bree for this thing that hasn't been done. But I'm like, hey, Tyler, why haven't you done it yet? You know what I mean? So, it is easy to get into that blame game, you know? So.
Yeah, I'm the same. I can get like not happy for others. Like when something good happens to someone, I'm like, like I'm happy, but I'm like, I wish it happened to me.
Yeah.
But if you like, I wrote down here, if you switch it, if you want to be like more thankful. So like if you find that you're not being thankful for other people, you just have to, like, I know it's going to sound obvious, but like you're going to have to just be more satisfied with what you have and be happy for other people and just be happy with what other people have. Be appreciative of what others do and be positive. Right. And don't blame others. Blame yourself.
Just take responsibility. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, so I think like it's so true. Like there's so many times in my life where I'm like, I'm just negative, but like when I try to intentionally be more positive, it really changes the outlook that I have on my life.
That's good, man.
Yeah. Can you think of a person who has had a significant impact on your life? How do you express your gratitude And how do you express your gratitude towards them?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, specifically speaking, I know like my parents, I'm like super grateful for, and I'm fortunate. Like we're close to my parents, like geographically, so we do get to see them quite often, and I think I am quite appreciative of them. And I think one of the ways we communicate that in like my family dynamics is like we're like receptive to their like advice, and they're like, I know it means a lot to them when they like watch our kids that we don't put like a lot of like rules in place where we're just like, oh yeah, you got the boys, we're out of here. Because I think they appreciate that we trust them so much, and I think that is like a way of showing our appreciation for them and kind of our respect for them at the same time, I guess.
Yeah,
that we like trust them with that.
That's so good.
Yeah, I know they've struggled with that before, where like they watched other people's kids, and there's been like a lot of boundaries and rules.
Right.
And then it's like, man, like we raised you and 3 other kids, and now you don't trust us. So I think that was one kind of simple way that we were able to show appreciation. But, yeah.
I find that the same thing. So my dad had a birthday, his 60th birthday the other day, and I just like wrote him a card and just like all the memories that I've had.
That's so cool.
Of like him like really struggling. Like he had like a lot of layoffs, and he really struggled.
Your dad did, you said?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was hard. We moved to Airdrie for a job, and we moved here, and then he got laid off, and he struggled with job to job, and it was a really hard time. I remember he was working for gift cards at a construction site, and it was like I almost like felt sorry for him, but I talked to him after, and he was doing it so that he could collect EI still.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah.
So hopefully the CRA is not listening. But,
nice.
But yeah, like, but he was so touched by me sharing the things that I was grateful for. And there's another guy that I used to work with in the past, and I remember I just would tell him something that I liked about him, and I find that like in this particular situation, it was his memory. He had like the best memory of anyone I've known. Like I would say, oh hey, like where's this? Like I need to find this ladder in this location. He's like, oh, it's right over here. Did you check this place? Like he would just know everything.
Yeah.
And he really appreciated me remembering like his memory.
Wow. Okay.
And just like saying something. And I find that we can withhold these moments of like how do I say this? Like we can withhold this like blessing from other people.
Yeah.
When something's in our head, I feel like we should just like say it. Like we should just like bless them. We shouldn't like withhold that blessing. I think Pastor Craig Rochelle says something about that, where we're withholding like someone that if someone said something nice about you, it would always make their day.
Yeah, right.
Like it would never make their day worse.
Yeah, right.
So like why would we hold that back?
Huh.
Maybe it's our pride. But like I'm really thankful for some people, and I've said it out loud, and it really it makes them feel good. It makes me feel good too.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
that's good, man. It's really good.
How has practicing gratitude or thankfulness changed your perspective on life? So for me, I'll answer this.
Yeah, go on.
When I'm intentional, like I care. I kind of like what I shared before. Like when I'm intentional and I care about the things that I have.
Yeah.
Like I feel like my life is so much better and more calm. Like I have like a beautiful daughter who's so smart and funny.
Yeah.
And I just love watching her grow up. I have like a nice house. We were just talking about it yesterday. Like it's a smaller house, but we love that it's like a bungalow, and it's just like it's
one floor living, man.
Oh, we just love it. Yeah. And we have a garage. It's like we're so grateful. I know that's like minor things, but
it's great.
We love it. But every time I think about how how good we have it, my life gets more quiet. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean, because I know I'm the type of guy, like I mentioned on the show before, but I'm always like thinking about what needs to be done. And like I have a list on my phone of things that need to do, or like I'll be walking around the house and I'll just see, like earlier today, it's like we switched our master from one room to the other, as you know, and there were some hooks that we would hang our like house robes on or whatever, and they were still in the old room, and I'm like, oh man, I gotta get those moved, and like I'm constantly like seeing those things, and then it's like I can never like relax. But if I ever do, when I do have a chance of like just slow down and be thankful, it's like, hey, got a house and we got more than one bedroom, and thankful for the kids. It helps me really like slow down and take that pressure off. Otherwise, it's like I kind of go through the day with this like kind of anxiety of like I got to do this, got to do this, got to do this, and then I'll be happy.
Yeah,
but it's like no, if you to have those chances to be thankful for what we would call simple things, but like it really isn't that simple these days to own a house and own a house with a garage. Like interest rates are high, and the amount that you got to save for a down payment, and the house prices are just crazy. And I know so many people are trying to save up and like buy a house, and they see the house prices go up. It's just like kind of devastating, So like, there's so many things that, or like having kids, and that's a blessing. Even to be married is a blessing, and a lot of people are looking for that out there. So like, you start checking off those boxes, and it's like, man, yeah, I got a lot going for me here, So maybe I can relax about these 5 things that I really feel like I need to finish before the day's over,
Yeah. Oh, that's so good. In challenging times, like, when life's good, it's easy to find things that you can be thankful for. But what about challenging times? How can you find a silver lining, or how can you be thankful in the hard times? Okay, I have a great story.
Yeah, go.
So, as everybody knows, I bought a house a couple years ago, and it was like the worst decision of my life. It was horrible. And we put our life savings into this, and I remember I was driving home. The entire house didn't have water because the pipes were frozen, and I was like just crying, man. I was like in tears. I was like, I just wrecked our life. And I remember just like, I don't know what made me think of this, but I remember there was a kid that I was working with in our youth group, and there was like no boys in our youth group. It was like all girls. And then one day this boy showed up, and I remember I was just like working with him, and he was like so shy. He would always like sit in the corner. And then he started to like break out into his like after like 6 months, he started to like really warm up. He started like serving in the church. He started like really growing as a person, and his personality came out. And I remember like working with him, and his parents had like a thank you card for me, and they gave us like a gift certificate. I was like, they were so amazed with his growth.
Wow.
And I don't want to take credit for it. Like we give like glory to God, but like I was happy that I was a part of it.
Yeah.
And
that's beautiful.
I remember thinking during that time, I was like, even though life is so hard right now, it was like the hardest time of my life, and one of them. And I could remember like the things that I should be thankful for. Like this kid's life is changing, and even though my life is ruined, or not ruined, but it was wrecked at that time. I could still like look back and say like, hey, like I was able to help this kid. So
totally.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you have a story like that? Or?
Well, yeah, actually, just you were talking about being in tears, and I remember one time I was helping my sister paint a condo, and I remember driving home after spending like the whole day painting a condo. My parents were out of the country at the time, and she had this rental property, so I spent like 4 or 5 days like painting this condo with her. It was at the time we had just sold one of our houses, so we didn't have our own house, and I always wanted to have a rental property, and like. Yeah, I just kind of like was feeling like really down on myself, and I remember tearing up on the drive back, just thinking like, man, like my sister's got this going on. She's got the rental property. Like, where did I go wrong? And I'm never gonna be able to do any of these things, But yeah, I find driving is a great time to
cry.
To cry. But there's something about the solitude of it, of like, it's a chance to kind of work yourself through these processes versus like. Because you're just sitting there, right? And you can't just like get distracted with like the grizzle of day-to-day life. But yeah, it's a chance to kind of just take a breath and then, okay, what do I have to be thankful for? I'm still moving. I still got a job. I was married at the time, and we were trying to have kids. I think that was one of the other frustrating things at the time. We all have those kind of darker times in your life, and there was still like hope, I guess. Is a big part of that for me, and so I think. Yeah, even in some of the most challenging times, zooming out and realizing, hey, there's still a lot to be thankful for. I think our maybe it's just the way that we're programmed, but actually it was a devotion I was doing, and they talked about how like to turn a marriage around, you have to like be able to outweigh the negative things, and in a good marriage, you should be able to find about 20 positive things for every one negative thing. That would be actually like a normal kind of ratio.
Yeah.
But the problem that we have is like we'll find that one negative thing and we just latch onto that.
Right.
And then that somehow drowns out all the other positive things. But like in most marriages, I don't want to speak for everybody, but if you actually sit down and like do the math, you probably have like 20 positive things to that one negative thing. But there's just something in how we're programmed. I think it's like a fight or flight response where it's like our minds get fixated on like that thing that isn't desirable, you know,
right?
Or like maybe so that we find threatening. Yeah. So
that's so true.
Yeah.
I hate it about us.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah.
That's a great. Thanks for opening up.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I hope that you guys who are listening or girls will, when you're driving, no, but during the hard times, we all go through hard times. Like there are so many things to be thankful for.
Yeah.
And it'll help you to just it'll make life easier to be more thankful.
Totally.
Yeah. And also people want to be around thankful people. All right, let's wrap this up.
Let's do it.
What are your goals for the week? Buy that hat.
Yeah.
Gotta wear that hat.
Pull the trigger on that. So
yeah.
No,
you deserve it.
I actually got some creatine. I don't know if you've ever.
Dude, you pronounce all the words wrong.
How do you say it?
Creatine? Isn't it creatine?
Is it creatine?
You said creatine.
All right. Well, creatine. Sorry. Yeah, so I got some creatine, so I'm just going to experiment with that a little bit.
Nice.
I'm going to Cancun tomorrow, so I'm going to work out there and, just try to get some workouts in with that.
Is creatine just like straight caffeine?
I have really no idea. Okay. I just know you need to make sure you're drinking lots of water and you need to make sure you're lifting weights. So I'm going to do those two things. All My buddy Eric, who listens to the podcast, him and I are trying to get to 1,000 pounds between deadlift, squat, and bench press.
In what? Wow, nice.
Yeah, so like one rep of squat, whatever you can do, say that's 400 pounds. That's probably a big one. And then your deadlift, like your elliptical today, 300 pounds by myself. And then bench press. I can actually bench press my own body weight now. That's always been a goal of mine. So nice, I got up to, actually got above it. I'm up at 108 pounds. That's and amazing. I did 4 reps of that. So I think my single rep would be pretty high. But I want a spotter before I like really go for it.
No, so just go for it.
He's between the three of them, he's sitting around 800 pounds. And I'm around like 550, but I know I can do more. I just need to do it carefully.
That's amazing.
Not like the company gym, but I'm the only one in there. And hopefully someone's looking at me through the security camera. So
nice.
Yeah.
I remember one time, you know what? Okay, and I'll tell the story. I'll tell it super quick. This guy, there was 3 of us in the gym in high school, and this guy was going for his like max bench press.
Yeah.
And I see him from across the gym.
Yeah.
And he's like, red face, like it's on his chest, like he can't push up, like this guy's gonna die. And there's a kid like closer, he was an exchange student from China or something, and there's a kid closer. I was like, Mike, go help him. And he's like, no. And he ran away. Like this guy was dying.
Wow.
And I had to run across the gym and help him lift the bar off his chest.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I remember
you saved his life, man.
Yeah, and I worked with him actually a few years later.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. His name was Lincoln.
Did he buy you a coffee or something?
No, I don't even know if he remembered that. I remember.
I
just remember the kid running away.
Wow.
Anyways, go ahead. Oh, what's the rest of your...
No, that's pretty much it. And then my other goal, I'm actually picking up an air fryer after the show. They're on sale at Canadian Tire. They're $170 for the Ninja Foodie, I think it's called, or something like this. It's the 2-tray one.
Make sure it doesn't have any of that Teflon.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll double
I don't
check.
think they do. But.
Yeah, but I got a couple of gift cards that will cover the price of it. So I've been banking those puppies up. Yeah, look at these little bad boys.
Nice.
So I have $173.49 between the 2 gift cards. It's $180, so I'll be out $6. But I want to start eating a little better. So Bree and I, we were kind of slipping into like eating out more and more and more.
Yeah. Air fryer will help.
Yeah, so we're hoping it'll kind of like simplify our. Yeah, we got that stand up deep freeze now, so we're hoping like. Before everything was buried in the bottom of this chest or like stuff like sardines in the one below the fridge. So now I'm hoping that we can just pull out some peas, some carrots or frozen stuff. And
we use our air fryer like every single day.
That's amazing. That's awesome.
Yeah. I remember my wife turned on the oven the other day. I was like, what are you doing? Like, because she had something else in the air fryer.
Nice.
That's great, man.
Yeah.
I'm glad you got that. I guess I'll return my Christmas gift for you.
Yeah.
Cool.
How about you? What do you got?
For me, I'm reading some books. I want to finish those.
Nice.
What
are the books?
It's called Seeking Allah, Finding Jesus. It's just a Christian ministry book.
Cool.
It's just like talks about this guy's like journey with Islam, because like there's like a lot going on right now with like Israel and Palestine, and I work with this Islamic guy, and he's so great. I love him, but I just like I want to understand where he's coming from, and it's such a good book, man.
Yeah,
like
nice.
really, I want to get more into the apologetics and like defending the faith. And,
I love that.
because I've never had to before. Everyone's just like, "Oh, you're Christian, cool." But but now like people are like, "Oh, well, I work with a couple people that are kind of against it, so I just want to be able to defend it." And then I want to get some cardio sessions in my new elliptical, and then get some workouts in. I've been a little bit sick the last couple of days, but I have been hitting my workouts, and I've been hitting the calories pretty good. And want to do that again, and solitude. So I think those are three habits that I've been they become a habit now. Does that make sense?
Yeah. It's getting ingrained.
Yeah, totally.
Love it.
Going to the gym after this, and then
nice.
Yeah, and that's it. That's my life right now.
Love it, man.
Cool, man.
So good.
Thanks for listening, and share this with a friend.
Yeah.
Do we have anything else to?
No, that's it. Yeah.
Cool.
Leave a comment, something that you're interested in hearing about. We love getting some show ideas.
Yeah.
And like us on all the things, all the social medias.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah. Share the podcast.
Yeah.
All right. See ya.